No, holiday baking is a tradition for so many families. Being in the kitchen, working alongside your mom or your grandma, making those baked items you remember for years to come. Chef Julie joins us on this Food City Friday to share a family favorite recipe with us. Ooh, and it's a name I've not heard before, a Tassie.
A Tassie, Pecan Tassies. I've already been asked at my house, are you bringing any of these home from the studio? So I have to bring at least
maybe,
a few.
maybe not.
Maybe not, I don't know. But it's a wonderful recipe. It does take a little time, a little labor, which we'll go over here in just a minute. But let's start on the dough. It's actually like a shortbread crust. Yeah. So it's like a pastry, but it's really tasty. So we just start with some flour here. I've got some powdered sugar.
Is that like an all-purpose flour?
Just all-purpose plain old flour. And I'll let you whisk that together.
I will do that.
Yep. If you go to bakingwithjulie.com, the recipe is there, the whole thing. You won't miss a thing. And just go on down a little bit. You'll see Julie's Crumbles and Pecan Tassies will be there. And just click on that, and you'll have the recipe for your house.
All right. Is that good?
Yep, that's super simple. Okay. And the next part's a little different. We want to put some butter in here. There's a lot of butter to put.
Right.
So
it's always good when you put a lot of butter in.
That's right. So
I like the fact that you're flouring up your butter.
I do, so it doesn't stick to my hands.
Exactly.
So then you shred the butter in, and as I shred it, I toss it a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of go.
Is that room temperature butter or
this
cold?
Is cold butter. Anytime you're doing pastry, and here's a little holiday baking tip, if you're making a pie crust, anything like that, cold is the key.
Yep.
You want everything to be as cold as possible. Like we've got ice water we're going to use here in just a minute.
Okay.
Some pie crust, will call for shortening. You want it to be almost frozen. So the colder you are, the better it works.
So that whole stick of butter goes in?
Well, and 2 more tablespoons. So this part does take just a moment, and that's just how it is.
I like it.
Now, I actually use this same technique if I'm making biscuits. I like to use butter in my biscuits instead of shortening.
Good.
So anytime you've got to cut a fat into a flour, it works really well. To shred it in. That's a little trick I learned years ago, and we'll still use this pastry blender here in just a quick second. I always use unsalted butter.
Yeah, okay.
And a lot of us bakers are control freaks. We like to control everything.
The details. You got to take care of the details.
And then I can use it for anything. Like you would never use salted butter to make, say, an Italian meringue buttercream. That would taste terrible. So I always just buy unsalted butter, and then I control the salt in it. Okay, so that's good enough there. We got this little pastry blender.
You're going to cut that together?
And just kind of put that in a little bit until it kind of looks a little coarse, like cornmeal, as it were. You don't have to get too crazy with it, but just doing that. And you want to push all the way down. You feel the bottom of it in there. So that's pretty simple.
Just making sure you incorporate it all the way through.
Yeah. But because we shredded it, don't have to take all day to do that part. That part's pretty simple. Now the next part is you get some ice cold water, and I just have a little container with ice in it. And you want to start with at least 3 tablespoons. Okay. And it will probably take a little more. And I'll probably add just a smidgen more to it myself. And I like to
add more, but you can't take it out.
That is so true. That is so true. So I have a big fork here, real simple big fork, and then I just kind of toss it around and start getting that worked in there. I will actually get my hands in here in just a minute and do it that way.
All good bakers do.
All good bakers do, because these are the best tools in the kitchen are your fingers there. So it does take just a little bit to do. You don't want it to be dry and crumbly. You want it to come together. And I'm going to go ahead and add another
just a little bit more.
I will definitely add some more.
All right. Well, Julie, we're going to let you continue to work on this dough. We'll finish that up in a little bit, show you what the filling is that goes in a little later on.
Good.
See, Amy gets to do this really sweet stuff. Oh, man. So jealous. It is Food City Friday. Check out Baking with Julie and bakingwithjulie.com at Julie's Crumbs blog as well.